Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be traveling all the way back to 1981 and 1986 to listen to Abacab and the Brazilian by Genesis. Really excited to finally get back into more 80s Genesis. You know 80s is my favorite decade. Absolutely incredible, and I know I'm going to love these. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button as well as the notification bell to join the Retro Reactions crew, where it's all amazing music all the time. Alright, here we go. Abacab, 1981. Wow. Fast, catchy, so 80s. After all the deep, long, progressive rock songs I've been hearing this week, I really have to change my mindset, get back into the 80s, a whole different feel here. I love the keyboard melody and the tones going on, almost like an organ sounding and synth sounding lines. Really interesting, dominating the song for sure. And here we're getting what I call the full 80s Phil Collins vocals. Strong, gritty, love it. Yeah, and this song is so different than the 70s Genesis songs that I've been reviewing a lot lately. Big turn here. Was this the Turning Point album where they went full on 80s? I think I read that Tony said they wanted the tone and just feel of this album to be completely different from the magical storytelling work that they did so much of. So I know it was intentional, but let me know if this is like the main turning point to their 80s sound, which you know I love as well. Again, speaking of Tony, his work here, amazing. I'm kind of calling it the Tony Show. The keyboards throughout were strong, grand, and dominating, you know, really hard-edged, and just loving it. Fitting the 80s vibe perfectly, fitting Genesis still perfectly. You know, the keyboards always being signature to Genesis songs, whether in the early days in different forms or in this kind of a form, you know, total 80s synth, loving it. Also enjoying the nice, you know, short backup vocal lines written, also sung by Phil, gives a nice variety to the song. So let's go back and see what else it has to offer. Wow, incredible last section there. We got the old Genesis back, because this is not how a typical 80s pop song would end. I mean, that whole section, long, 2 to 3 minutes at least. Definitely appreciated Mike Rutherford here on the electric guitar and bass pedals. There was a lot of nice, quick guitar fills, I'll call them, by Mike, just adding more texture to this great 80s song. And I noticed a nice effect being added to his guitar in a later section, kind of like a chorus effect, and really sounded nice, really striking there. But the instrumental bridge, I thought it was a bridge, but it ended up being like the last half or third of the song at least. Love that section. Probably my favorite part because it got a little darker, a little mysterious with the sounds and the melodies. I love that it took its time. I've got to say at least 3 minutes of the song. Lovely. Beautiful, unexpected, but it's Genesis, you never know what you're going to get. I love the gritty staccato keyboard sounds going on here. Really striking, really nice, really perfect for this song. And then we got all these mysterious sounds. I was trying to figure out what they were. I couldn't really. It almost sounded like a kalimba on the left at one point. I think I heard some kind of human voices or synthesized human voices. Really cool, added to that mystery of that whole section. And towards the end, we got these amazing classic Genesis style warm keyboard layers, chords being held, just blanketing us with sonic goodness and a perfect way to slowly take out the song. Love that part for sure. Yeah, so definitely a catchy song, definitely single worthy. I see this hit number 26 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Really impressive there. Okay, so I just read the lyrics a few times. Very, very vague in my opinion. Love the imagery there, but don't know really what they're talking about. If Phil Collins said they took this song off their 2007 tour list because he didn't know the meaning, I'll join him in that line of thinking. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Classic 80s Genesis, but then with a nod to their 70s work in the latter part of the song with that progressiveness going on. Really enjoyed that. I see why it's a single. I see why it did well. So catchy. Perfect album opener. I see that here. So I'm going to rate this one 5 golden records. Yes, A/A+ for Abacab by Genesis, 1981. All right, now we're moving on to the instrumental song, The Brazilian, from 1986. This comes highly recommended, but I have no idea what to expect from it. I'm picturing in my mind some kind of Latin music, but I'm sure I'm wrong, That's just based on the title. But I do know I'm going to love it, that's for sure. I also see it was used in several movies and TV shows, so I know it's definitely going to be catchy, and I'm really excited that we're going to get some synth bass here from Tony. Finally, I love synth bass, so let's check it out. Wow, very different than Abacab. Yeah, other than this song, there's only 2 on this album that I don't know yet. Anything She Does and Domino 1 and 2. And this song doesn't sound like any of the songs that I do know on this album. Wow, incredible, and a strong, powerful way to end the album for sure. You know, we start the song right out of the gate with some great percussion sounds. It was almost tribal sounding, really strong, love that. They've created a full, rich soundscape here. It's pretty clear right from the beginning, and it just carries on through the whole song. The keyboard lines were practically singing like a human at some points in this song. Really enjoyed that. Very different, special moment for sure. We even got some ups and downs emotionally, we'll call it the instrumental chorus. We got a very happy, confident vibe going on there. But then it got very dark and minor in just a small section. Big turn for my emotions, a way to capture my soul instantly. I love dark. I love minor chords, minor type music. But again, I love the back and forth there. Mostly, in the happier major vibe, but the dark turn, really enjoyable. Yeah, this whole song so far sounds really unusual for Genesis, and definitely unusual for the 80s Genesis that I'm familiar with. But that makes it really, really interesting musically, and I'm loving it. So let's go back and check out the rest. Wow, like I said, perfect way to end the album. So epic, such an anthem type feel. Really, really interesting. As always with Genesis, so many little nuggets to enjoy here. A few other things I noticed. I love what I believe were tom-tom fills going on. Really nice tone there. Really unexpected, but perfect, fits in the 80s, of course. Then we get some interesting clanking type percussion. I don't even know what they used. Again, I missed a lot, but I definitely heard sounds here and there, all very impactful. And then, of course, in the finale section, by the end, we get Mike's wonderful guitar solo. Lasted a while, and it sent a soaring song just soaring even higher. Yeah, this one must sound amazing live. I'm sure you guys have told me already about the live versions, but you can refresh my memory here in the comments if you'd like. Just, let me know if they make additions or changes, extensions. I'm pretty sure they would in a great song like this. Very powerful. I can imagine Phil doing this live. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, so definitely love this one. I love the rich soundscape they created. I love the plethora of nuggets of sound being tossed here, there, and everywhere. Really interesting to my ears. And, the unusual nature of the tone of this one being from their 80s catalog. Really different, but they probably have others like this in the 80s that I'm not even aware of yet. So for now, I'm going to rate this one 5 golden records. Yes, A/A+ for the Brazilian by Genesis 1986. Thank you so much, Phil, Tony, and Mike. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching my Double Genesis Day. Really appreciate your support. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about these songs or anything Genesis. Would love your feedback. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.